Hey, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. That's all praises to who the world calls God, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh, Ba'ashem in the name of, and Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. I'm the brother Tazabah, the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. Well, with another video to edify. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful light preaching His word in truth and sincerity. And I wanted to go into this lesson on the scripture because you got to understand this ain't no normal war that we in, right? When you really see these things, but the Lord has our defenses up through the Spirit. So I'm gonna play a snippet from the elders video, and from this reel I got, and Lord, well, this all be edifying.
Right, and you know what I'm saying, and they consult with them demons. So you know what I'm saying, America, this is their baby. You know what I'm saying? Right, and you know what I'm saying, and they consult with them demons. So, you know, this, like I said, this thing is a real thing, and it's gonna happen. It says,
you see, and these devils consult with these demons, and
I heard you say
Jake be doing the same shit, and they see that there's a wall there that you can't fuck with the Lord's anointed.
Say on, I think on Tasha K's platform, I heard you say that there's certain people that you can't necessarily put a hex on or curse.
Very small amount of people. Most people can be hexed.
Who are the people that cannot be hexed?
They're people that are living in their truth, and they're actually connected to God in whatever way that is, consistently, constantly, and walking in that. Most people are not doing that. They're not doing that.
That's interesting.
This is very...
You see? Damn witch admits it, and she sees it. She knows. There's a standstill because the Spirit of the Lord is above all this shit that these devils are doing, even that you niggas do and get into, man. This is Ephesians 6 and 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh and in the power of His might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right? When you go into the whole armor, you can jump down to the 14th verse, but you got to be fully dipped and dripped in His word, man. You got to stay constantly connected and have a mindset to go into these things daily to the best of your ability, man. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, right? When you go to that word principalities, and we'll get it, man, Ephesians 6. Right, that word principalities, arche, right? Says beginning, origin, the person or thing that commences, the first person of the thing, series, a leader. That which anything begins to be, origin, extreme. It says of angels and demons. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but we wrestle against the demons on the left hand side. This ain't no normal fight we in, man. This is why coming at it with a carnal touch ain't gonna work. We got to come at this thing through the Spirit. You heard that little witch sit there and say that there's certain men that walk. Let's hear her say it again, man. Because the way she emphasized that.
On, I think on Tasha K's platform, I heard you say that there's certain people that you can't necessarily put a hex on or curse.
Very small amount of people. Most people can be hexed.
Who are the people that cannot be hexed?
They're people that are living in their truth, and they're actually connected to God in whatever way that is, consistently, constantly, and walking in that. Most people are not doing that.
And what did the Lord say? That you should walk therein? Well, that's what we're doing. So you got to understand that, man. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This ain't no normal fight. Therefore, take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, right? That ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand, right? Constantly in prayer, constantly in meditation of the word, having a mindset to do the work of the Lord, being charitable among brethren. All these things build into an armor, right? That these devils can't penetrate, because the scriptures talk about how this devil's going to stand now. Isaiah 47 and 12, it says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries. This devil is always in his bag, man. Always in his wicked bag, man. Doing shit. Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou should be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail. And this is what he's been doing. When you sit here and see a whole pride parade 10 times on the news, he's doing a ritual. When you see these movies like Dr. Sleep, where they're showing you the whole child sacrifice schemes that they do in the world, he's letting you know what he's getting into. So this devil's always tied to sorceries, witchcraft. This is why the scriptures call them the daughter of the Chaldeans, man. It says, verse 13, thou art wearied with the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. And this is what they're doing right now. They're in their bag, man. This is why when you go to the news, movies, music, everything is so much more demonic, because what? Just like in the old world with Jezebel, the prophets of Jezebel, this is 1 Kings 18 and 25, it says, and Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, choose you one bullock for yourselves and dress it, for ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, and put no fire under. Then they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from morning even until noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, nor any that answered, and they leaped upon the altar which was made. And this is exactly what's happening now. Niggas are going double time in a witchcraft, double time in a fucking sacrifice, right? These devils are on that rampage, and they're getting into this witchcraft. They're getting into the left hand energy as much as they can. That's why not too long ago you had the stuff with CERN in Texas pop back up. The Hadron Collider. It says, and it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, cry aloud, for he is a power, for he is a God. Either he is talking, or is he pursuing, or he is in a journey, or pre-adventure he sleepeth and must be awaked. And they cried aloud. So he was mocking them, and they cried, and that's what we're doing. We're mocking this devil and his plans, what he's doing on the earth, telling him it's not going to work. All this shit that he's doing ain't going to work. Right? Because the Lord reserved unto himself 7,000, which would not bow the knee to Baal. Meaning that there's the elect in the earth now that's following the right way, that he can't do nothing against. That there's a block when he pulls out those witchcrafts too. Right? It says, and they cried aloud and cut themselves after after their manner with knives and lancets, till the blood gushed out upon them. And this is what they're doing now, man. Esau is going double time. You had that picture, right? That the Prince Henry, I think it is. Let me see if I can find it. Right? This portrait. You had this portrait pop up, and when you look up videos on this, all type of occultist shit, and this paint ain't normal paint. This is not normal hued paint that you're able to get. All right, this is some other stuff. In back in the ancient times, they used to use mummies to get certain hues of paint. So using human flesh and blood to make paints ain't a new thing. And these devils are getting down into their witchcraft. So they're doing more and more sacrifices, more and more debaucherous shit. So, and it came to pass when midday was past that they prophesied until the time of the offering, even of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice nor any answer, nor any that regarded. Because these devils are getting hit by a wall. The same spirits that used to talk with them and give them direction, now they silent. But we're in the spirit, and we're coming up, and these devils can't do nothing about it, and they're becoming more and more brutish and straightforward with their wickedness. Right? The scriptures tell you there's no Numbers 23 and 23, it says, surely there's no enchantment against Jacob, right? And there's an Israel the Most High. Neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what had the Most High wrote. These devils know that there's certain things that they try to do in on the left hand that ain't working, man. But stay diligent, keep the armor on, man. We in dark days.